Hey everyone, welcome to another segment of Marketing Monday. Um, my, in case this is your first time joining us for Marketing Monday, my name is Helene Kwong and I'm the CEO and founder of Hashtagitude, which is a digital marketing agency that's based in downtown Denver. So, this week's theme is all about SEO, and even though we may have talked about SEO already in the past several months of doing our Marketing Monday segments, we're going to talk about what else needs to be SEO'd. I mean, most obvious, I'd say, would be what people refer to as the keywords aspect. But, I mean, keywords also feed into other things besides the content on your website or the blog posts on your website, etc. So, of course, outside the typical babble about blogs, social media, and keywords, here are a few of the different and lesser known ways to improve your SEO. So, with the following 3.5 points, we're focusing on each category with why it's important, why these tips will improve your brand's SEO and page rank, and so forth. And this week's blog, which I'll talk about a little more in detail later, will be expanding upon these and other aspects of SEO that you'd be curious about. So, first up are file names. Those are definitely important for SEO. So, for instance, when you upload a photo to your website, generally the default file name for it is, DCM123 or something of that sort, ING4526, etc., etc. So that's the default file name, but what you should do when you're uploading photos or even other aspects or other media to your website, you should rename those file names into something that's a little more keyword rich. The example here is, default name DCM123. When someone searches for the term large pumpkin on Google, this image, DCM123, won't rank as high as a photo that's actually labeled large pumpkin. A second type of content that can be SEO'd is alt tags, or what alt actually stands for is alternative tags. So Yoast defines alt tags as text added to an image, so there will be a description text when the image cannot be displayed to the visitor. So we definitely do alt tags on all of our blog posts, in terms of the images. Alt tags are text that replace images that won't load or are for the visually impaired visitors that visit websites. So alt tags can provide much needed content in lieu of the absent picture. And, oh, hi Rachel, thanks for joining. And adding alternative text to photos is definitely a big principle of web accessibility. So as I said earlier, visually impaired users who are using screen readers will be read an alt attribute to better understand an on-page image. So, they're not going to be visiting your website and seeing the photo exactly because, they're visually impaired, but if they're able to have an alt tag read out to them with their screen reader, that'll just help them explore your website better, but also just help with search engine crawlers being able to crawl your website better. So the third, but it's about 3.5, I guess I should say, the third element that should be SEO'd is your file size, and then of course more specifically your images. So file sizes, if images are too large to be supported, they will ruin the layout of your content, especially on a mobile device. So images can consume screen space and hamper your load times for your website, and Google definitely does pay attention to how long it takes for your website to load. So the longer it takes for your page to load, the higher bounce rate will be, meaning the higher chance you get for people to actually leave your website, because they'll be like sitting there waiting, a few seconds, microseconds even, being like, well, I guess their website's not loading. I guess I'm going to head off to another website, go back to Google, find another competitor of yours. So you definitely don't want that to happen. So a Google statement, bounce rates of 90%, bounce rates go up to about 90% if the site loads the site load time takes up to 5 seconds. So, that's not very long time. So, in this day and age, with how technology has evolved over time, having a quick load time for your website is definitely very, very important. Another example of load time is for even emails. So an example is our newsletter only supports images that are below 800 pixels. So we use MailChimp for ourselves and for our clients. And generally when we upload our own photos to our newsletters, MailChimp will remind us like, hey, you know what, your image is this large and it may obliterate other people's screens. So they'll recommend a pixel suggestion of you should resize your image down to this many pixels, and like I said, 800 pixels max. But if you do keep the image at its original size, the email does become disfigured, or it just becomes looking strange on someone's screen, and also it could add to the load time on that person's device, depending on if they're on Wi-Fi or on cellular data. So, depending on the size of an image, it can also affect the loading time, site speed, and the page design of a web page. And different image file types are important to consider. So, JPEG, PNG, and GIF. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly, because I know there's been a debate on if it's GIF or GIF. But anyway, each offer their own unique benefit, but we recommend JPEGs for the durability purposes because they do maintain the picture quality. Here's a pro tip. Use thumbnails for high product inventory on your e-commerce website, or to highlight different things. Of course, you can always have your thumbnail linked to the full image, so that then if people are interested in seeing more or seeing an up close or a close-up of your image, they can click through to do that. So, those are 3.5 things that you should consider for SEO purposes, because they're less obvious, like I said, than just keywords on your website. These are also including keywords on your file names and alt tags, but also to keep in mind the speed of your page loading. On this week's blog post, we'll have a fun collection of these SEO methods mentioned, plus ways to build a better SEO strategy, including these 3 methods. We'll also provide stats for you, because who doesn't love stats? Upcoming events. So next Tuesday is our last lunchtime social media stroll for 2017, and the topic will be about holidays and social media. So even though we've talked about holiday marketing back in June about Father's Day campaigns, we know that the big holiday season, is coming up very soon. So lots of retail businesses are getting ready for their holiday campaigns right now, if they haven't already started launching those campaigns. And we'll have a nice stroll next Tuesday to discuss some methods that you could implement quickly, so that your business won't be left out for the holiday season. And of course, your weekly reminder that yes, we are accepting clients, minimum of 10 employees for those businesses, and they've been in business for at least a couple years, if not longer. And they don't have to necessarily be based in Denver. We do enjoy working with food and beverage businesses, but we're open to other industries as well. So keep your eyes and ears open, everyone. And that's all we have for today. So thanks, Rachel, and our other guest. I have not been able to see who the other guest is, but thank you all for joining, and we'll see you again next week. Bye.